Welcome. I've known John now for a while,
A
but
number of
I
years.
John is world renowned. Well, if you
Oh,
check him out on YouTube, he has like 8 and 10 million views for his videos and performances there, which is that's quite a wonderful following. I know you always say, "Oh, well, there are people with a lot more," but 8 million is a lot anywhere you spell it. So, yeah, I'm really a big fan of yours. I like the creative. What have you been up to during this pandemic?
oh, this pandemic. At the beginning of the year, actually started to learn coding. So I took a coding boot camp, and the last few months, uh, I've been renovating my van and turning it into an RV. I'm planning on doing some traveling pretty soon.
Oh,
So
good.
I've been making use of my time not being able to play music.
But you will be performing, I hope, on tour. That would be great. World
Well,
of benefit.
actually, my plan is to really dig in and start writing music. I'm a big outdoor nature lover, and I plan to get out there and get some inspiration and start composing music, really hardcore,
Great.
over the next couple years.
Well, I look forward to hearing what you produce. Um, what are you going to share tonight?
So I'm gonna play some original pieces, and these are pieces I wrote a long time ago. I haven't written a lot of music in a few years. So these pieces are most of them are ones that I wrote a long time ago, and they're all original. I'm a fingerstyle guitarist, so I play a nylon string guitar. Um, it's a classical guitar, but I play a little bit unconventionally. I draw from a lot of different influences. So the first song is a song kind of inspired by Latin American music. It's called Fuerte. Let me know. I'm going to just strum a little bit, and I hope you guys can hear this. You can hear okay? So I'm going to play along with a background track, and this is a background track I recorded in my home studio with some of the tracks have um, some live musicians, violins or percussion or something like things like that. And so this song is called Fuerte. Thank you. Thank you very
Wow.
much. Thanks, guys. That was my song called Fuerte. That was inspired by Latin American music. I went to, I'm from California, grew up in San Jose, and went to UC Santa Cruz for college, and there I studied with a professor who studied, he did his doctorate with Latin American music. And there was an ensemble there that taught Latin American music. So that strumming pattern is actual, it's like
You're recording.
chacarera from Bolivia and Ecuador and those areas. And I kind of culturally appropriated it and used it in my composition. This next song is called To Live, another original piece. How was the sound? Sounds good? Cool. Glad to know. Yeah, Boris helped me figure it out yesterday. We did a little sound rehearsal yesterday. Thank you, Boris.
Whoa.
Bravo!
Wow.
Woo.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
So I'll play the song that Boris was referring to earlier with the millions of views for you. So I actually published this song maybe a year after YouTube came out. So it was, I think that's part of the reason it got a lot of views. I was one of the first kind of YouTubers. This is even before Google owned, they bought YouTube. So this was still when it was just, little guys that were publishing stuff on YouTube. So this is my song called The Most Evolved. And I named it that because there was a collection of songs that I had just written down and they were finished. And that was a song that the chord progression on that song is A minor, D minor, E7, and A minor. And those are kind of like some of the first chords you learn when I was taking guitar lessons. So that chord progression, it's in a minor key. It's a sadder sound. That chord progression I had been, for years and years and years, been playing around with it, and and eventually the song just finally I got it to a point that I felt it was evolved enough. And out of the collection of songs, it was the one that had evolved the most. And so that's why it's called The Most Evolved.
That was delightful.
Phenomenal.
Thanks
Wow.
very much.
Humbling.
So should I do another one or?
Now, how about one more? Please do.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Sure.
Please.
1 or 3.
Okay, so this next one is called Sentinel. Okay, I think we got it queued up here. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
I can't
Very
wait till
beautiful.
I can't wait till the ban on performing is over because John is amazing in person. I mean, he's fantastic on Zoom.
Awesome.
Yeah, I miss performing quite a bit.
And that's something, a light at the end of the tunnel. Don't ever stop performing, please.
Lovely.
Well, thank you so much,
Lovely.
Boris, for giving me the opportunity today.
Well, before the pandemic, you performed basically every day.
Oh, so yeah, I did. So
For
I've
years and years.
Yeah, I've been street performing it for Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco for like 15 years at Pier 39 and Fisherman's Wharf area. And then along comes Boris, and he started giving me all these posh gigs all over the Bay Area and you know, wineries and high rises and stuff. So I'd like to do those again too. So.
They're coming back someday.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love listening to you play. I think everyone does. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful.
So you can find my YouTube channel is John Clarke Music.
I'm going to send that out with everybody to everyone.
Great.
But tell us what
Yeah,
else. Do you have Are you have Venmo, PayPal, places we can contribute, and also CD?
On my website, there are links to you can get my CDs at CD Baby or Amazon. Amazon has my CDs.
Great. We'll get all of that information out.
Spotify, you can find my music on Spotify and Apple and iTunes. Yeah.
So I'll make sure everyone knows how to get hold of you. Send that to me in an email, what you want to communicate.
Just my front page of my website has a lot of links to those things on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And anything else you want to include, how to get hold of you separate from that?
Yeah, just my
Can we do one more question?
Sure. A question. What's your question, Thomas?
So you were talking about building out your van and want to travel and compose. How do you picture that? Like every morning, wherever you are, you're going to take an hour and compose, or?
You mean like?
I mean, when I imagine traveling in itself is already a big job.
You're asking about the creative process.
Yes.
So I do a lot of improvisation, but the improvisation needs to be edited. So I would record. So I would, if I find inspiration, I turn on the recorder and I just start playing. But it needs a lot of editing. It needs a lot of refining to get a final piece. So then I transcribe it. So I use computer software to write out all the notes from the improvisation. And then on the computer, I edit and make it into a composed piece. That's actually the process for the songs I just played, very similar.
And then you learn how to play it as you have edited.
Yes, that's right. Then I have to memorize what I did because I can't. When I do an improvisation, I can never do it again the exact same way. So yes, then it takes many hours to memorize the whole piece and all the finger movements and so forth. Yeah,
that's wild. Yeah.
But there's a lot of satisfaction it's very difficult to memorize music. I mean, if you are a musician, you know it takes a lot of practice to memorize something. You know, I read music a little bit, but I feel I perform better if I have the music memorized.
Everyone does. Everyone performs better when they have the music memorized.
Yeah.
I've always plus the insecurity of music on a stand. I just did it as a practical measure because your whole act can blow away or be knocked over.
That's happened to me during a wedding ceremony. Actually, it was a very windy wedding ceremony.
Especially anything outside in San Francisco. Period.
Yeah.
Actually, anywhere outside. No. I think memorizing not only makes it better, but it's a practical consideration in my point of view. I memorize everything. You look so satisfied. I mean, you are really on when you're playing. I mean, you're fully there. It's really exciting to watch you play, your face as well as the instrument, because it's totally what you do.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
Any other questions?
I don't have a question, but I adored that. And I don't know if you looked at the chats, but one of the women your music is transporting.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. I like to play for myself, but just the fact that if it makes other people happy as well, that's excellent as well.
Well, I think when you play for yourself at the level that you're at, everybody's happy. I think it's probably a lesson for everybody. When you're doing what you do well, everybody's happy around you. Harmony exists. And anyway, I think you're a genius.
Oh, thanks so much. You're too kind, Boris. You're a genius yourself.
Well, thank you, but
we're all geniuses here.
Yeah. Yeah, I long time ago I played with I was playing on the street in New York and I got this job to play with the Paul Winter Consort and to open for Buckminster Fuller speaking. And he said I remember from his speech was he said we're all born geniuses and in the first 5 years we're systematically degeniused, which was
Yeah,
an interesting thing for him to have said.
yeah.
Um, yeah, great things happen when you play on the street. That it's amazing. Anyway,
It's
thank
not
you.
the same as street walking, right, Boris?
No. Oh, for me, I have to sit and play. I think John does too.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you. And thank you everybody for joining us tonight. This is a wonderful evening. You'll be getting contact information for all three artists and their websites. And I really encourage everyone to patronize their work because that's how they make their living, in particular in this pandemic time where everyone's so isolated. But I'm really grateful that everyone's here. And someday we will be together in person again. But in the meantime, I'm glad that Zoom exists for us to do this. And I want to thank Fran once more for your wonderful work tonight and over the years. You're just so wonderfully reliable for quality artwork and literature and poetry and prose and acting. And Thomas, I've enjoyed your work here and in Berlin, and I'm grateful for your work. And John Clarke, what can I say? I can't say anymore.
Hey, Boris,
Yes.
at 8:12 on the chat, somebody posted a YouTube of John playing in front of Pier 39. So if people want to look at the chat, they can take their cell phones, because I tried to copy it. I can't copy it, and take a picture of it and be able to find him.
Oh, where is the 8:13?
8:12.
Okay.
Yeah, there's it.
Here, I'll turn this. I'll share this. Stay with me. Somewhere.
It was from,
Boris, maybe if you put that
Just
in
one
the
second.
chat.
I'll actually play it now. Why not?
oh, why not?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find my Zoom window.
Might be embarrassing. I don't know what videos people recorded out there.
Share
But yeah, it looks like it's with my
screen.
buddy Josh, who plays a cajon.
We'll just blackmail you.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got.
This song is called Aurora Borealis.
Before I continue, I should ask John, is this an authorized video or is there something you'd rather show? I don't know if this is something you took and wanted to play. Are you there, John?
He's mute. I got to unmute, John. There you go.
I think a tourist took this video, but it's totally fine. You have permission to show it. No
Okay,
problem.
great.
The song is called Aurora Borealis. And I wonder how, this was from 2014.
Wow.
You're about 12 then.
Yeah.
Yes. Really nice. Thank you.
I
Thank
do,
you.
I do have a question. Does your type of guitar playing have a genre name?
Oops.
Not really.
Okay, so
Well,
there,
it's, I use a lot of flamenco techniques, but I don't play traditional flamenco,
yeah.
which of course is dance accompaniment from Spain. But I also play classical uh, finger style, but I incorporate lots of different influences. So um, hard to put it on a. I mean, you could say new age, maybe. Maybe.
No, I don't think that's appropriate. Because it's like in the classical style virtually. It's like it's
Yeah.
your specific new compositions, contemporary
Right.
classics.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I could say modern. I mean, I guess I say modern uh, classical guitar.
yeah, it's really, really satisfying and it's very. I love your artistry. I mean, the technical. I don't know. It's very precise. Very good.
Oh, thank you.
And music affects the body. Your music somehow has a way of just causing resonance up and down, at least for me, up
Oh,
and down
wow.
the body and in my energy field.
Wow.
That's a really nice work.